Pretty incredible sight to see, no question. It's nice to have you along on this Thursday, one day closer to the weekend, and it's Jaclyn Whittal in with you. It's widespread extreme cold warnings right across the north. Talk about that. One of our developing stories is a significant snowfall en route to the east. Will it be as bad as this last storm? Absolutely not, but we'll talk about that and the difference between weather and climate. One of the first things that you learn in school when you study meteorology, right? So weather is what's happening now. Climate is what's happening over a long time, and you can assess, the changes and weather patterns, whereas weather is more of the here and now, what's happening in our atmosphere. So let's get into what's happening in our atmosphere today. Our weather highlights. We do have this system that's moving through the East Coast. Yesterday it looked like it was two separate lows. Today it's more of a models have one low. It's going to be messy, general 5 centimeters of snow through the Maritimes. Some more in some areas, some mixing in some areas. We'll talk about that. High pressure and very cold air, if you didn't notice, in Ontario, and then a developing clipper through the prairies and west coast. Well, you're still golfing. Need I say more? Okay, so here's your wind chill hazards, because in areas in Saskatchewan, it's extremely cold. It only takes about 2 to 5 minutes when you have wind chills in the upper -40s in the extreme north. We have seen that. So let's show you what you see in the extreme north. Sometimes it's the aurora borealis. Yes. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. And I mean, that couldn't be a better depiction. It's so clear. Sometimes you just get a glimpse of it, but up there you get a great shot at it of, seeing it in a bright way. Pickle Lake, well, you're going to see the cold. That's what you're going to see. Cold warnings for Winnipeg, Kapuskasing. Here's your temperatures, though. Through the prairies, not too bad. Areas like Avonhurst, Saskatchewan, and Saskatoon. Today, you'll be up to around -3, -4, 0 up in Cold Lake. And then we'll go back to Ontario, when it's feeling like the -30s. Tomorrow morning, by the way, will be even colder than what you woke up to this morning. And good morning to you in Graham Bend and Port Elgin, Ontario. Blowing snow advisory in your area. Barrie, Hamilton, London, all the way down to Windsor. Extreme cold. Peterborough. That threshold here in Ontario is -30 for that wind chill. And that's exactly what we're going to be seeing, not just this morning, but into the afternoon. Base temperatures somewhere around -16s, -18s. You go to the north, and you see temperatures that are very similar. All right, let's take you to Montreal. A live look at our webcam, and you are going to see some snow through your region today, a general 5 to 10 centimeters. That's the same storm, that nice shot, of that's moving to the East Coast, except this is kind of your wraparound moisture. So we have that cold northeast wind, 5 to 10 centimeters. There are some winter storm warnings that you just saw quickly there in play. Keep a close eye on those watches and warnings. But what you need to know is it's going to be wintry through Quebec City and Montreal, through Moncton, -4, feeling like -9. Temperature's pretty moderate. That's because the warmer side of that storm is going to move through St. John. So we'll see some mixing. Look at Orlando, down to 11 degrees today. Active weather in Georgia, you just saw in the Force of Nature segment that we have for you today. You know what else is happening in Georgia? Temperatures in Atlanta feeling like -3 before a wind chill. So very, very cold temperatures. That's the jet stream position ushering in all that cold air. And we'll talk about when you're finally going to be warming up. There's a messy system moving through Atlantic Canada. We'll hit on that. But look at these temperatures. -26 in Toronto. So even over the weekend, we're going to get a slight bump in temperatures, but not very much, because as Brian Dillon, our meteorologist behind the scenes, said to me today, pretty hard to get too warm when you have a cold air mass bringing -3 down to Georgia. So -16 this afternoon, -17 up through Winnipeg. There's your wind chill hazards map, or I should say just info. -48 to -54. You can get frostbite in 2 to 5 minutes. Many areas of the country into the upper -40s with the wind chill. So meanwhile, we go to the west coast, and it's nothing but beautiful cherry blossom trees, blooming away. I think that's a cherry blossom. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so let's show you this. Must-see video in Moncton. People jumping into snowbanks. Apparently it's happening in Boston. Not taking too kindly to it, though.
Face deep in a Baconator from Wendy's.
Yeah, sold!
Living large, my friend.
With Wendy's Ultimate Canadian Combo, you get it all. A Baconator, our hot and juicy beef with lots of crisp applewood smoked bacon and hot melty poutine. More of what you really want.